So we have Caleb, who we just saw, I would say, potentially string together a couple of back-to-back really impressive wins.
Incredible
in that
wins.
game.
That is some of the best Magic you'll ever see on camera. And not only that, Cube allows for these amazing, like, how are you going to see an opponent reanimate a Crater for the Muldrifter to, like, you wouldn't get to see this stuff.
Where else does
Where
that
are you
happen?
gonna see this
It only
stuff?
happens in Cube. Daniel on a aggressive but kind of mid-range slanting white-red leg.
Yes.
White-red deck.
Oh, you want to see Numot here? Okay, that's a good. Yeah, you know what? I've competed against Numot, and I've played him in the Cube for charity. He's never beaten me. Numot, bring it. I'll take you on too. Let's go.
So Caleb is going to be faced with a more aggressive opponent this round.
Yes, putting the pressure on.
And the rest of the way for Caleb and really all of our drafters, we actually kind of have a nice spread of what is left over.
Yes.
We have Caleb, who's kind of acting as like a control combo deck. We have Dan Reeves, who is going to need to act as more of the aggressive deck left. And then on the other side of the bracket, we have my initial pick to win, which is Peter, who is playing the true control deck in Grixis Control. And then we have what I think might be the best deck available left in the draft, which is Nick drafting a mono green ramp, putting air quotes on combo deck.
Okay, so this is an interesting deck. It does have Thraben Inspector though. Okay, so Daniel Reeves' deck has a couple powers. It's got Mox Ruby. It's got Thraben Inspector. Okay, Solitude's pretty good.
Solitude's pretty good, yeah.
Solitude's pretty good. It's not like in this matchup. It's not exact.
Are you sure? I think Solitude is one of the best answers to Dark Depths.
It is good to great point. You are totally correct. Yeah. Although, actually, the 20 life off of Dark Depths is actually like that's I equivocate 4 life. Like gaining 4 life is about drawing 1 card as far as like gaining extra turns, stuff like that. So that's about I'd say it's a week's worth 3.5 extra cards. I put it like that. Which in a deck like this, Caleb has a better.
Let me tell you. Woo! So before you finish your comment. Daniel Reeves is going to be on the play, and Lightning Reeves is going to be right because he's going to lightning out a Thalia, Guardian of Thraben off of a Plains and a Mox Ruby.
That's what they call the hachiest of the machis.
Now, as you might remember, we identified a deck that has Thalia as one of the more problematic ones for Caleb.
Touche.
And here we are. And Daniel has drawn a piece of power.
My.
I don't know if he's going to deploy it now.
2 power. Time to scour.
I think he's going to be casting this.
Okay.
An Imperial. You
sometimes
disagree with Imperial Recruiter over Thraben Inspector, J-Bro?
Thraben Inspector might try whatever he's getting or something better. It could be anything.
It could even be a boat. Yeah, I get it.
It could even be a boat.
I think spending the 3 mana which is all the mana you have, to get a card that's going to draw you 2 more cards. Probably the line I would take 2, but you know what?
You know what?
You do you.
I do me. I do Thraben.
You're a more powerful magician than I am. So, you know what? I can't deny you took down the draft yesterday with Thraben Inspector in your sideboard. So who am I to judge?
That was a low moment for my Magic career. To be fair. Okay, so we're looking at and that's another thing. Thraben Inspector, Imperial Recruiter, not as powerful as Thraben Inspector, but similarly, we're just generating incremental value against an opponent. Although Daniel does not have the fixing he needs, and that
we have a Wasteland, a red source, and a white source, and that's it.
Now, how's Wasteland against Dark Depths?
It can be good, but I don't think it's going to be because Caleb's not going to forget about it. Wasteland likely going to be sitting on the battlefield as a colorless mana force for Daniel for the entire game,
which is when he has double red and although interesting. What do you think about casting
a lot of white pips?
Yeah, how do we like that Sentinel here?
I actually, given the setup where you can't utilize the other 2 mana, where the red and the colorless is generally 2 colorless, Thraben Inspector seems like the play because you can cash it. You can cash it in immediately,
right?
Not have to worry about what your opponent's doing,
right?
And hitting a land, and not just a plains, a mountain, which is actually exactly what would have happened.
Wow.
Now, ironically, this is going to work out. This is going to work out exactly right because we're going to go red. We're going to play a Thraben Inspector for a white. We're going to play a mountain, and then we're going to draw 2 cards.
Well, sometimes that's how the world works. Although it's not as advantageous for the 1/1 because he's got to discard that extra card.
Maybe that if it's a non-land, it's going to garner him a 1/1 from the Seasoned Pyromancer.
Good point. Great point.
If it's a land, it is a loss.
Yep. Nope, not a land. Oh wait, is it? Actually, can't.
It's actually.
Oh no, it is land.
It's a land.
Well, still good. Okay, so he gets his.
But this is okay. Now we're back on Thraben Inspector was the better play last turn because you would have drawn a land. Now you can play another land this turn.
Yep, always. ABT, always be Thraben.
Always be Thraben.
That's a new hashtag ABT. When you see me on Twitter, I want to see the always be Thrabens. I mean, again, like Caleb's not like we're still just like one damnation away from like it is a good amount of pressure, but it's also like not that much pressure to a degree. These are all 1/1s and 2/2s.
They're tiny. They're tiny. We're gonna draw 2 cards by discarding that extra mountain from Daniel's hand from the Seasoned Pyromancer. Not gonna bring along any elementals with it.
Now Caleb just wants to start string like again. I believe the
1/1 counter is representing a clue.
Thank you very much.
On the side of Daniel. Maybe we can get a clue token. All right. Well,
oh wow!
We have decided to say it is time for Merit Lodge to come to town.
Daniel tapped out, and there's no doubt.
Daniel did tap out.
Good grief! What do we need off the top? It's a 5-mana spell.
It is a flash creature. Its name is Solitude.
Wait, that land comes to play tapped. Daniel's land comes to play tapped. He can't Solitude.
Why does it come into play tapped?
Because it's the thing. It's a 3/4. He has a 3/4. He can't do it. He's dead. He's Dobbs.
What?
The land in his hand is a come into play tap if you have like 3 mana out card or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It's this thing. It's
Inspiring Vantage. Is that the card you're looking for?
No, Cave of the Frost Dragon.
Okay.
I believe that's a Cave of the Frost Dragon. Daniel? Yes, Cave of the Frost Dragon. Okay. So even if he draws it, he can't cast it. And that is not going to do it. Wow. Caleb, the master.
Got to say a quick Merit Lodge and say, I'm going to give you a turn to deal with it. And just a turn. And Daniel's going to say, nope, can't deal with it.
It cracks the clue. Okay.
Let's go ahead and pack this up and go to game
If he
2.
drew the Solitude off the clue, he did draw a white card, which he would have been able to pitch.
It's live, but not live enough.
Thanks so much. Great games, Ivan.
Top 8 competitor.
Yeah,
played great
fantastic
all
job.
weekend. Glad we got to see you on coverage.
Played great here. It was wonderful to see you.
Losing that way was the best.
Wait,
the Crater Hoof. Yeah.
Come back here real quick. Come back here. Say that into the mic. Here, come here.
So we have Ivan Mayer in the booth. Just for a moment, Ivan, tell us a little bit about how you felt about the into your games against Caleb Durward as he goes into the semifinals.
Losing that way was the best way to lose a game of Magic.
Cube.
Amazing.
I cannot believe that's how that went. It was wonderful.
No one could.
Yeah. I cannot wait for next year. This is wonderful.
So good. We will see you back next year. You had a hell of a run, my friend. Hell of a run. I'm glad that you made it to CubeCon. Quite a way to go out, but you know what? That's Cube, right? That's why we're all here.
Right. No, it was the best.
All right,
thank you guys.
Thank you much.
Thanks,
Have a safe trip home. Thank you again for coming. CubeCon's great.
Very good. And that's what I've been hearing all weekend because it is amazing. You get to see plays in Magic you would never see, and you're with people who just want to have the most fun possible. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say exactly that. I got crushed before I made the top 8. It was the best thing. Yeah.
I mean, honest to God, that is true.
It's amazing. And although this would be sweet, as they say, material objects. Although
they can't see us.
Oh.
They can't. We're watching Daniel and Caleb shuffle up here.
Okay, Micah, can we get it back on us right quick? So, basically, material objects, come and go. Stuff breaks, stuff doesn't. This is what we're competing for. It's beautiful, right? But this, although as amazing as it is, cannot compare to the memories being made this weekend.
That's true.
Truly. And the friendships and the experiences and the Magic being played. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. The 2023 will be great as well. We'll see you then. All right, we'll go back on the stream. We're getting
So
ready,
how
shuffling up.
does Daniel's reaction change knowing that Caleb now has access to Dark Depths? Because that wasn't something that Daniel was probably prepared
Well, Daniel
for.
can tutor up an answer for it for 3 mana. He could have done it here.
If you know about it ahead of time.
Correct. Which
I don't-
they did
I don't
not
think
have
he
the
did.
list ahead of time.
I don't think he did.
But I'm just saying he does have 2 Solitudes, which is not irrelevant. So
Naturally drawing Solitude and Imperial recruiting for Solitude.
Thank you for the weekend. It was
hell yeah. Thank you. You had fun?
Oh, yeah.
Come back next year?
Yeah. Billion %.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good one. CubeCon. Yeah, people are just, we're getting that left, right, all day, every day.
Yeah.
People are just like, thank you so much. This is amazing. Da-da. You know what? Thank you. Thank you to everyone, because this would not happen. Just like a cube draft at your house. As fun as to put it
True.
on, if they don't show up, you ain't going up. So
Yeah, it's
thank
true.
you. Thank you to everyone. Okay.
Daniel going to be back on the play, led with turn 1 Thalia off of a Mox
Pretty
last
strong.
turn, and then lost to a Merit Wash.
And again, that's why I think
It's a card I really like in Daniel's hand. It's going to be an unexpected one for Caleb. He's shipping it back.
is it unexpected absence?
It is unexpected as Mana Tithe.
Oh, Mana Tithe.
I like a Mana Tithe a lot.
Mana Tithe make you writhe. That is a card that costs so little and does so much. It is 4 spike for white. White has a couple blue spells. He's got a couple blue. He's got 4 spike and ancestral in his deck, both for white. And this is a matchup where you're putting on so much pressure that once Caleb, binking that 4 mana damnation or something like that is just such a kick in the shins. Now again, I still think Caleb's deck is a very favorable matchup to Caleb's deck. I hope that we can get a game 3 out of this. But Lightning Reeves is not generating the sort of value and not putting on the sort of pressure that you need in a matchup like this, especially when Caleb has Mind Twist, 5 potential time walks, damnation, 2 damnations,
the ability to make a 2020 out of nowhere, was how that last game ended.
Okay, so no turn 1.
We have
wow.
no turn 1 play after a Marsh Flats, but we do see a Shelduck Owl from Caleb saying if the game goes long, I'm going to be really advantaged.
Study long, or it could just get wastelanded right here.
It could.
And that could be a kick in the shins for Caleb needing all those blue. Oh my. Okay, are we playing around Mana Tithe? Or are we going to get Mana Tithe? What if this is Mana Tithe? What do you think?
I don't think it's Mana Tithe, but I would do it if I had it. You mean if you can turn Mana Tithe into Strip Mine? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope,
Strip Mine is better than Mana Tithe. So
Strip Mine's better. Well, in most situations. So we see that Mox come down to avoid Thalia, but let's see.
Yep, yeah.
What
that is
are
going to
we
be
gonna see
a lot of the time, and we have a Solitude
Oh, it is
drawn,
okay.
and that's exactly what happens as we see Thalia come on turn 2. Caleb correctly predicting. I don't normally it's not right to just play your Moxen out before you can sneak something into play.
Right.
But when you know Thalia is lurking.
And this deck is running Wear Tear and other. I think there's a couple artifact removals, but anyway, we're seeing Thalia come in now. Oh, and he's got Thraben Inspector. Okay, it's going to be tough for Caleb to win at this point. Thraben Inspector's hit the table. I think I'm gonna call it. I think we're going to game 3.
You're gonna go ahead and call it early.
Yeah,
All right.
Caleb did get Ancestral Visions, but that's basically Thraben Inspector on delay. We have a Thraben Inspector on the board now, so Lightning.
Well, big difference. Thraben Inspector can attack. Ancestral Visions
exactly.
never attacks. Not once in its life.
Yep. Well, it does when you're milling your opponent out sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Thraben Inspector can't do that.
Yeah.
But let's see. Now again, Thraben Inspector not being able to be played turn 1 is really rough for Daniel, but
it actually is really rough for
correct.
Daniel.
But we also remember Caleb can get back his companion and copy his suspend card for the double recall. We saw the double recall. Well, we saw triple recall before. Technically,
we're gonna start with a double, and Caleb just setting up for this draw 6 with Lutri on Ancestral Vision.
Joe, thank you.
Coming into the red sode, and then we're going to see a Soulfire Grandmaster, which is an interesting inclusion in Daniel's deck, because we're really only buying back a couple of creature removal spells. There's not a ton of burn that Daniel has access to that's cheap. He has a Flame Slash, which is in his hand. We have a Pyroblast, which probably came in. That's probably a pretty good one.
Yeah, Pyroblast's pretty good.
Yeah, Pyroblast's pretty good here.
Okay.
That's about it, honestly.
Daniel has the. Okay, so Soulfire is.
Soulfire is for the most part just a 2/2. It's again doesn't have a ton going on for Daniel's
It's not.
deck.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
But here's the bad thing, and this is really dangerous. You know where Soulfire Grandmaster would be really good? If Caleb could somehow get it onto the battlefield with Reanimate.
Which he can. Yeah, he's got Reanimate. This can
and
happen.
It does not take much.
If Caleb goes infinite,
infinite, and
I'm warning you right now. If Caleb goes infinite, I'm gonna lose my stuff. I'm gonna lose.
Oh.
No! There's another. Oh, okay.
But Thalia is one of the impediments of going infinite because it causes you to have 7 mana instead of just 6.
True. So Caleb might be playing the long game here. It looks like he is going for infinite. Oh my, Flame Slash. One of the most. Wait, one.
And we might see. I think we're going to see a kill spell in response to this Flame Slash because you're going to get taxed if you don't do it now. Okay, so just a spell of Vampiric Tutor.
Vamp Tutor.
Now, Vamp Tutor, obviously, wildly powerful in Caleb's deck, especially in the face of minimal pressure.
Yes. What do we like here? And again, Flame Slash, one of the most efficient removal spells of all time. And remember, Caleb's drawing 6 cards in 2 short turns.
He is.
Like, we just need to clear the field, keep everything kosher. I think we're going for the. I think we're just going to Damnation.
Yeah, I think so.
Because the
Caleb
tax
needs time.
Well, not only time, but the tax from Thalia is relevant.
Yeah, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
The tax man always collects.
Yeah, and Caleb doesn't need an extra land to cast that Damnation. He's already got 5, so he can pay for the tax now.
Correct. He could also, if he does have another land, you know what we could see? We could see Titan.
Oh, Frost.
That would be awesome.
I think I'd want to get the Damnation out, so that's out, and I've cleared the battlefield.
That's fair. That's fair.
Frost Titan going to be a
really
tough one for Daniel Reeves to deal with. He has a Solitude, and I believe the Solitude is in his hand.
Yeah,
but
and it's got 2 mana. But gaining 6 life and discarding 2 cards is not where you want to be. Your opponent's about to get a 3/2 and draw 6 cards.
Yeah, I would say that is not a winning combination. I would say if Caleb was doing half of that,
yes,
it's not a winning combination.
That's a fair point. Now, Caleb is at 13 because, again, that cost him 2 life. So 13
mediocre
goes
beats
to 10.
are still beats. Mediocre beats are still beats.
Yep. And 13 is to 10. 10 is not like we're not. Oh, are we gonna see double time walk here? Do you want the double time walk or double recall? I think we're going double time walk here. I'm gonna predict it. I want to see double time. Oh no, Thalia's. Never mind. Just kidding.
I think we still got to deal with that Thalia.
We need to land for that. If he tutored up not knowing. No, because he knew his how many land. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay.
I think the plan was likely get Damnation, cast Damnation.
Yep.
And say
and
you have 1 turn to cast something. I'm going to draw 6 on my turn, and then you're going to need to spend the rest of the game trying to fight back from that card advantage. Right. We have 4 mana here, which is not a Damnation unless
you forgot about the tax.
Yeah, but let's see what's happening. Frantic Search.
Okay, so Frantic Search can draw him into another land, which he can play.
We can still cast the Damnation.
But
we're only untapping 1 swamp, so maybe that's not it.
How many cards are in the library? He can't be at active. Oh, he wants the mana for Cryptic Command. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay.
Well, it's especially interesting because we are basically locked onto playing Lutri next turn to draw that 6.
Yes.
So Caleb has to have something else up his sleeve. I don't think it's just Cryptic Command. That would be kind of silly to me.
Caleb is a sleeve holder. Now, interesting, we discard the 2/1, which is actually really, really good in this matchup.
Just as a blocker.
Not just as a blocker. Look at the equipment in the deck.
Caleb hasn't seen any of that yet. We do see a time walk.
We did see. J-Bro calls it. We did see the time walk. Okay.
Well, J-Bro called the double time walk. I said he's going to go for the double recall, which I believe is what's going to happen because he's going to pay the 1 for the recall to get around that Thalia. And then we're going to see Lutri say, how about 3 more?
And not only that, we're also going to get Sheldock's activation next turn. This is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you tap after just... No. Okay, so he's paying for that, which is correct. The tax.
Here comes Lutri.
Lutri's gonna cast a copy it.
Yes, please. I'd like to draw 6, if you don't mind.
Well,
Caleb's saying, yeah, me. I will be doing the drawing.
Okay, so this is a prime example of why Lutri is so strong in Cube, because every single deck it gets to be your companion, and even if it's just a 3/2 flash for 3, that's not terrible. You always get in your hand for 3 mana, but it also can do insanely powerful things in Cube. So Lutri got to what, 3rd pick? 4th? Something like that.
Yeah, I
Bonkers.
think 3rd or 4th.
3rd or 4th. Bonkers.
Yeah, Lutri, actually one of probably the absolute most powerful cards in this cube.
Yes.
Because it is a free card for every deck.
Every
the
single...
only requirement it takes is for you to draft it.
Yes. And it can be mono red. Sometimes you just want a couple lightning bolts or whatever.
Or you could have a couple of triumphs and you're not even playing it, and
True.
you could be playing it off color.
True, you could get multiple reanimates.
Yeah.
Or multiple mind twists. No, multiple hymn to Torox.
Yeah, multiple
There you go.
Torox, there you go.
Okay.
lot of things you can do, or multiple swords of plowshares. There's a the utility of Lutri is far and wide.
How does that feel for Daniel?
Not good. Not good. Caleb's like, I got so many cards. What do I not need? My 3-mana planeswalker, which warps the game.
Now Caleb, it looks like he's and there goes the see you, David. Thanks.
We have the Wasteland for Shelldock Isle. Is Daniel going to be able to spend the turn killing it? And I think the answer is you have to, because obviously with that draw 6, Caleb is in free spell territory with Shelldock Isle.
Well, and also getting rid of a mana when he's taxed so much, when he's only got 5 other mana, is not irrelevant with all his cards in hand. And actually,
Dolly's still on the battlefield.
Correct. And Daniel has the equipment in hand. That's really good for that 2-1 to grab.
But yet Daniel opting to say, you can take it, whatever is under that Shelldock Isle, I am willing to accept.
Thanks so much for coming.
I'm willing to accept. Caleb going to count his library just to make sure. I feel pretty confident there's not more than 20 cards in there. And we will find out this turn.
Caleb might be worried about decking himself. I think that's the only risk at this point.
I think you actually could be right. Caleb's considering the Shelldock Isle, maybe not quite yet. Maybe you want to cast something else before Shelldock Isle. It looked like that was a little trick.
Is this gonna be a kill for Thalia?
Snapcaster
my!
Mage.
All right.
And we definitely want to take another walk on
Remember-
the wild side with Time Walk.
Remember, this isn't Caleb 2 turns. This is Demir 5 turns.
So the target has been Time Walk. Caleb is gonna need to pay another mana.
Yes. Oh, it's delicious. You love to see it.
And
so many turns.
You know what I think I spot in Caleb's hand? A Damnation.
Well, that's
That is gonna be.
That's
poor.
one way to get rid of Thalia.
Yeah, that's gonna be poor for Daniel. And
well, although what is Daniel holding on to? Is this an angel to blink the?
Well, oh my God. Oh, we no longer have the Time Walk.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But we do have the Time Warp
1, 2.
left available.
Oh my God! If Caleb, oh man,
Caleb really, and I know
gonna
Caleb.
lose
I
it.
know Caleb. We both know Caleb personally. We
There's-
know he wants
there's
to
noth-
take infinite turns with his opponent's
There's
card.
nothing he likes more than not only you're right, taking infinite turns is, there's nothing he likes more. And not only that, this is infinite removal for the 2-mana removal spells. This is wait, swings in. Wow, not scared of the Resto Pesto. Interesting.
Well, it's got that card has
Oh.
lifelink, and Caleb has 40 cards in his hand.
And right,
I think you could probably figure it out.
yeah, you're right. And also
Time Walk does require you to actually win the game with damage.
true.
So
He
he probably
could,
just wants to get started.
it's right because Caleb could deck himself still.
And the Resto
well, there is a Resto
there.
Pesto. Wow, fascinating line from Daniel. Not to
And
block.
This is presenting close to lethal, but there is absolutely no way that Caleb doesn't have a response in the form of a
Is this
counter spell, a
cryptic?
kill spell.
But again,
I think it's just a kill spell. I think it's just gonna be like Heartless Act.
but that
that's
still
my
gives an
guess.
additional activation off of Thraben,
Yeah.
which is not nothing.
So
Oh
there-
no!
Ultimate price there goes. to
Caleb
Thalia.
didn't regrow it. Oh, and then okay, that's what's
I
going
know.
on.
I think we have a counter spell. We're gonna pay 3,
Oh, but didn't bounce the. Wow, I would have been tempted to
bounce
bounce.
the Snapcaster Mage.
I
Yeah.
would have been tempted to.
I wouldn't have been
but-
tempted. I would have just done it.
Okay, well, but again, Caleb Durwood is the
Yeah,
master.
he's smarter than
Whatever's
me.
going on is correct. But oh my, If there's another land, this is.
We do not have another land, but what we do have is a Pyroblast in hand, which is going to be pretty good. But we are also in a danger zone. Oh, Force of Will is going to run into this Pyroblast, which Caleb is not prepared for. Caleb going to lose a life off that Force of Will. Again, not irrelevant.
Not irrelevant.
Now, here's the only problem. Daniel, out of mana, mostly out of gas. Caleb doesn't have a lot going on in terms of battlefield, but he does have a 2/2 lifelinker, which is going to prove to be very, very frustrating for Daniel.
Not only 2/2 lifelinker, 2/2 lifelinker that is not red or blue.
Yeah.
Which is
that's
great
really
against
that's
the sword.
important. It is.
Absolutely.
That is a big deal.
So let's see what Caleb's crafted. He's
What
had
do
a
you think
lot of time.
Yeah, what do you think the first card he's going to buy back is?
Well, I would have thought it was that removal spell. Because if he did buy back the removal spell, he would have died. So I was wrong about that.
He has 9 mana. That is in Time Warp Infinite Turn territory.
No.
Why not?
Because first he's got to draw 3.
You're right. Good call. Good call. Doesn't have it yet. Got to find it.
Yeah.
Got to find it. Got to find it.
No, he's got 8 mana though, right?
Now we're not gonna, but we're not gonna. Well, he has 8 mana now.
Oh,
We're obviously not gonna buy back that Treasure Cruise. That one kind of has diminishing returns for casting multiple times.
What if he did? What if he just cast the full Monty every time?
I mean, well, then he probably would deck.
Yeah,
as you said.
true.
All right, we're back to 9. We're back to 9.
No, that's 8, right?
Oh yes, that would have been his 9th land. Yeah, he needed to play a land before casting the cruise.
Wow, this is.
So we're gonna see an attack for 2 to go put Caleb back to 7. He has to be, really careful.
Did he play land this turn? I do not remember.
I'm gonna let the staff on the floor determine that fact.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
I don't recall if he did. Whatever they say, we're just gonna say that sounds correct.
Doesn't Caleb just die if he has to counter move? No, not necessarily.
Back to 8 mana. You know what would be a really great pickup here would be Frost Titan to lock down Caleb's or Daniel's attacker.
Yes. Yeah, Caleb can also remember. Caleb's not necessarily dead because he could swing for 2 life. Oh, they are okay. So they're doing the land. They're going it over. It's very important. This could be wrong because
this is critical.
This could be the difference between infinite turns and not infinite turns, which is.
So
back and forth.
On the floor, they are just figuring out exactly what is happening. Caleb gonna tap 4, 5, 6. This is Frost Titan. That's gonna be pretty dang good.
Yes.
And it is.
Ooh.
And it's gonna tap the only attacker, which could get suited up with the sword, but will not be able to attack.
But Daniel does have outs. 6 damage, 4 mana.
That's
Fiery Confluence.
Well, Caleb's at 7 because he gained 2 from the Soulfire Grandmaster.
But I'm sorry, you're right.
His creature is tapped. That's going to leave him at 1, and Caleb's still probably in the driver's seat despite being at such a low life level.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, gonna equip it, which is good. That means, hey, you can't tap this again next turn.
No, but he can tap the sword, which is not relevant.
Well, not he. That's a legal Magic Gathering play.
And actually, sword on Soulfire is pretty nice. Okay, so is it infinite turns? I think it is.
Here we go.
Oh my!
Caleb is gonna take infinite turns. Caleb's
Let's
gonna take infinite turns
Woo!
with his opponent's card.
That is what I'm talking about. That's magic.
And that is, I have to say, as soon as he played that Soulfire Grandmaster, I saw this 15 turns ago.
Ditto. Let's go. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, and Caleb obviously wants to take all of his turns with his opponent's card.
Yes. Caleb did the thing. Achievement unlocked. Chat, can we get some emojis that represent infinite turns? Now, maybe we weren't being ambitious enough when we called it Demir 5 turns. That was Demir Infi turns.
Yeah.
We
undersold it for Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb, well done. You exceeded expectations.
How dare I think Caleb can't take infinite turns just because the cards aren't in his deck?
How dare Tony Blair? That is a amazing. Again, even though it was only 2 games, we didn't get the full 3. That was just an amazing game match. Now, again, Daniel's deck wasn't super well. He got as good a start as you could hope on 6, but wasn't like super like well suited for this particular. We can go back on us. Wasn't like super well suited for this particular like matchup and also playing against a great player. But I think he still did really well. It was still, competitive. If things come up a little bit differently, he got very close. But Caleb's deck, I believe, I think already took on its strongest competitor. But let's see, who are the options of facing the finals? The Green Machine.
So in the potential, so the other matchup, which is in Game 3, we're not going to be able to see that. They are in what I understand is a complicated board state.
Yes.
So the next match we're going to see is the finals.
And who are the two potential finalists though?
Caleb's going to be in the finals, either playing against my initial pick, Peter Beckfield, to win with
AKA
a true blue Grixis control deck,
also known as Becker the Wrecker,
and his opponent,
Peter Becker the Cube Wrecker.
His opponent, he has been this weekend. His
Yes.
opponent, Nick Menaker, on what is potentially the strongest in raw power terms deck at the draft in the mono green ramp / combo deck.
Oh, he's got what? Sorry, he's playing the game. Which ones?
So Peter is playing a mono a Grixis control deck.
Oh, great. I'm sorry.
And Nick Menaker is playing a mono green.
Who do you predict
ramp.
makes it out?
My initial pick was Peter. Even though I think Nick has the strongest deck, I want Past Justin to be right.
Yes.
So I have to stick with Peter as my person to win.
Let's go,
yeah.
Peter. Peter is getting it in, but we've got a little bit of time, so we also are coming up on the end of the best 4 days in Cube. If you couldn't make it here, set those plans for next year. We're gonna have our meeting tonight, and then we're gonna have some follow-up debrief meetings with the rest of the team and make some decisions and think about stuff. But everyone has been begging us to run it back, not just people here, but also the people on Twitter, the people on social media, the people texting us, people watching, people seeing their family members here and texting them.
That's true.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Aqua.
And we just have a ton of people
CubeCon.
here at CubeCon, been just having an absolute blast.
Yes.
We've obviously this top 8, the games have been incredible. So we are still, I mean, really, I'm still in awe of this existing at all.
Yes. And so many said it can never be done. I talked to so many people who are just like, it's impossible, it's this, that. And I've been told that a lot in my life. And guess what?
Overcome all those odds,
Overcome them. I was told I'd never be able to have kids. Got 3 now. Hopefully more on the way. Was told, all sorts of stuff. And you know what? Life sometimes works out. Although sometimes it doesn't. Who knows? Life is a long one.
You know what has worked out?
This worked out.
CubeCon.
And not only that, really some of the friendships we made, some experience we had, the hot tub last night, the Cube karaoke, the drafts, just some of the plays we've got to see, these are memories I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And
absolutely,
this was a huge achievement. I'm so happy it worked out, and we had so many people come together to make this happen. Joe with posters, Michael doing the streaming, CultiCube with his videos and the promotional stuff, Caleb making the song for this. Do you hear a song?
Oh, of course.
Now, for the uninitiated, how would you describe Caleb's promo song for CubeCon?
Full of passion.
Yes.
Raw lyricism.
Yeah, well, I actually, technically speaking, wrote the lyrics.
Wow.
But yes. MC Son of Abraham over here, but that's a whole nother story.
MC Son of Abraham.
That's a whole nother story. But I will tell you that Caleb was a great sport about it. He really put in the effort, and I gave I gave him like a tiny little ounce of cheese, and he made this amazing buffet out of it, and he really took it to another level. Caleb's promo song is the single best piece of music in the last 50 years. Well,
bold claim,
because remember, Gob Nassif also had the Cube for Charity taunt song, which I also wrote to taunt the other team and get them out of their headspace. If you have not checked out Gob Nassif's Cube for Charity rap, it is one of it. I think it rivals. I think it's in contention for one of the best songs in the last 50 years. I would say 70. I'm going to take it up a notch. If you've not heard MC Good Grief, aka Gob Nassif's fantastic Cube for Charity rap, it's still online. You just Google it. Can you hear it on stream? Let's see. What's my favorite line from your face is looking pretty until Umazawa's jitte hitte. That's one of my favorites. You got mixing up the AB rhyme scheme. It's a good song. It's worth looking up. Thank you so much, Ernesto. Thank you, guys. Thank you. CubeCon. Glad you came. Justin, Ernesto, bless up. We'll see you guys next year. Awesome.
Everybody
CubeCon.
coming back
Bless
next
up,
year.
homies.
And we are going to see you guys in a few minutes because we're going to take a short break before the finals.
Sounds good.
We are
See you guys.
almost to the end. We got this beautiful, beautiful trophy. You know what I'm going to do? When we take a break, I'm going to go set this on the table so the players can see exactly what they're playing
Yes.
for.
Absolutely. It's something they're going to see. And thank you all for tuning in. Spread the word. Toss us on Twitter. We want to get up to as many viewers as possible, see his amazingness. And again, thank you to everyone who helped put on CubeCon. We'll see you soon. Bye. CubeCon.